You better be in the house when them street lights come on. Ain't that what your mama used to tell you? But I bet you when she told you to stay out the streets, she had no idea that the YouTube streets would take over the world. Uncle Juice, public figure Boogie, Baby Down So Raw, Detroit Gossip, and the most dangerous voice in Detroit, DawgfaceTV.
Bitch, I talk more shit than Dawgface.
They running shit from coast to coast. Welcome to the danger zone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. My name is Dawgface Calderon.
And I'm ThatGirlHenny, your favorite goss and doc tender.
So you're not even gonna let me just bring you in. You're not even gonna just let me bring you in properly and appropriately. See, that's what's wrong with black women right now. Y'all don't want men to be gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait to see if the man opens the door for you or not. You know what I'm saying? To see if he has any manners or home training.
Nah, cause see, you be my arch nemesis and my rival, so I had to beat you to the punch. No, you're not gonna get me.
Is that called being a pessimist or optimist? That's pessimistic right there.
It's called being henny mystic.
No, I'm just saying
ahead of the game.
You're not even gonna wait to see if I'm going to just be a gentleman here.
You were last night, but you know lightning don't strike twice.
So don't. So no. My name is Dawgface. I am the most dangerous voice in the YouTube streets. I have surpassed Detroit. I am no longer just going to just pigeonhole myself by just saying, because I have, in my humble estimation, as humbly as I can possibly.
Let me hear this. Let me hear your estimation.
In my humble estimation, in my humble opinion, I believe I've done a good job with spreading the word of the Dawgface profile, expanding the Dawgface footprint across the nation. What say you?
I could agree with that.
Okay, I got you. So I want to welcome you guys to this episode, which is another episode, which is one of the, it's going to be, I'm going to forecast this. Henny Gang! Sorry for my tardiness. Dog Pound. Y'all know we always late. What's happening with y'all, man? Hey, listen.
I know we is him. I was here. I was on time.
It is we. It is we. It's ain't no iron team. Ain't no iron team.
Okay, so we was late.
Right. Hey, listen. And because we were late, I need everybody to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, the doggy dog, and that girl Henny's in the building. And tonight, I know you, listen, for those of you who are involved, and I know both of our chats, the Henny Gang and the Dog Pound, they're well-versed when it comes to content creation and media, right? So this should be a good show because the people who follow us, this is their strong suit when it comes to understanding media and the different facets of media. So complex.
You know, honestly, this is new for me and new for my channel because we usually just get to the drama and the court docs. So this is new. You're expanding my palette. You're expanding my palette.
This is not new. Entertainment is your bag because you haven't displayed it. Do you know how many times so Henny Gang, I'm gonna tell on Henny. Henny we talk about entertainment news that has nothing to do with what she normally talks about all the time. And I want to say to the Henny Gang, the expansion is here. Embrace it, love it, hug it. Y'all know what it is. Hey, listen. Oh, I talked to the other members of the YouTube streets. See, this is the YouTube streets, right? No matter what we call it, it is always the YouTube streets. I talked to the other members of the YouTube streets, and we're gonna all come down with a show over the next couple of days. So get ready for it, and you will be there, Henny. And did you announce our new show yet? I'm gonna let you do it. Come on.
No, I didn't announce it. You announced it. No. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
I don't like how you said, and me and the YouTube streets, we gonna do, and you gonna be there as if I'm not a part. You see,
No,
you
you
treat
are.
me like a stepchild. I told you this already. You treat me like a stepchild. I ain't in the intro. I ain't got no cartoon head. You just booted me out.
The new intro and the new cartoon head is on the way. We have our own cartoon head. The new intro is coming for our show. We have a new podcast coming.
But I'm a part of. I'm not separate from.
That is true.
I'm not a featured guest.
No, not anymore, because you've earned the right to say that, hey, I am here. I am woman. You want to get one of them women's suffrage movements type.
Where's Baby Doll So Raw? Because
Baby Doll is at work. So come on.
You said that like you ain't getting no help tonight. You on your own.
Hey, listen. Henny, are you ready to announce that you and I we have our own podcast coming up? Are you ready to announce that? Have you
just did?
No.
I don't know the name. We ain't come up with no name yet. But Dawgface and I will be embarking on a venture, an extension to our platforms, an extension to everything that we are involved in. And it's going to be awesome, uncensored, raw, real.
That's the name right there.
Unethical.
You know you're unethical.
For me?
Yes, you know.
Hold on. I am not the one
ethics
that was sitting up here playing that video last night.
And got our damn shit struck damn near.
I told you the
music
was going to get us.
I appealed it. I didn't go look and see they made a decision yet, but I appealed it because that is in the public domain.
I just erased the music. They get to see the dance, and that's all they needed to see anyway.
Okay, I got you. So
yeah,
I think it should be called uncensored. I think it should be something uncensored.
Yeah. I won't be so politically correct on that podcast.
Real and raw. So somebody in the chat said Jessica Henderson said real and raw. Which one of us would be real? That. And which one would be raw?
You're raw.
Why do I gotta be raw? Why can't I be real?
What you mean? You the one that's quick to get up here and tell somebody mama to suck your dick and you some a bitch. Yeah, that's you. So you raw.
I be feeling so. Hey, listen, when I know I'm finna cuss somebody out, I'm talking about, listen, when I know I'm finna cuss somebody out, do you know what kind of power that gives me? Yes. It makes me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? When I know somebody got a good cut, and listen, the call-in line is they already.
Oh, we can't do the call-in just yet. Come on, we got to give them a show first. You know they're gonna start blowing that phone up, and we not gonna get to the show.
Listen, so hey, listen. So complex. So for those of you who don't know, complex, and a complex is sort of kind of like a double XL, a modern day double XL Vibe magazine. Source magazine. Yeah. So Complex has been around forever, and they have been in the podcast. They have been in the all around urban hip hop media game since its inception. I think Complex came to the forefront in the 2010, 11. When did Complex come to the forefront, Henny?
I don't know. Let's see. I ain't lying. I'm keeping it real. I don't know. Right. I just know they've been around for a while. Very soon, Larry Jones. Very soon.
Oh, a Complex been around since Mark Echo founded Complex. Didn't know that. It came out. The focus was streetwear, urban hip hop, pop culture, filling in a niche for young men and women. Okay, so Complex has been around. Oh, the digital version has been around since December 2016. And okay. Mark Echo, the clothing designer, is the one who formed Complex.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Shout out to Mark Echo. I used to like Echo.
Yeah, Mark Echo.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. That's back. Is that before or after Carl Kanai and?
I think it was around the same time. It was Carl Kanai, it was Pele and Fat Farm and Baby Fat and Echo and yeah.
All right, I got you. So Complex Magazine has been in the digital magazine business since 2016, 17 when they launched the digital side of what they had going on. The last couple of years, they put out a hip hop media power ranking. This year there was some impact. There was something that kind of like they changed the focus of it. And can you see it on the screen, Henny?
I can see it on the screen. Can you take the comment off my face, though?
I was trying to save the public from.
You trying to outshine me, and that ain't gonna happen because they love to see this beauty.
All right, I got you. So listen, the Complex Power Ranking is a hip hop media power ranking. This is the 2026 edition. Complex 4th annual hip hop power ranking is here. And in a year with no dominant stars, no breakout moments, the people shaping rap's conversations matter even more. That's a hint.
You frozen, but you said they've been doing this for 4 years.
Yes, it's the 4th annual hip hop media power ranking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear, but you're frozen.
I don't know what the hell they get me all froze for.
Because you didn't charge your MacBook.
I did. It's definitely charged. I don't know what the hell going on with this goddamn thing, right? You make sure we're on the same page. You turn this motherfucker up. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now?
We can see you and hear you.
Okay, I got you. So Complex, this is the 4th annual. Am I froze now? Please tell me I'm not froze.
Yes.
I am froze. Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Oh, by the way, Detroit is finna whoop Cleveland's ass again.
Where did that come from?
I'm a Detroiter. What do you mean? Where did it come from? Detroit is finna whip their ass again. It's gonna be 2-0.
Well, I ain't got a dog in that race or in that fight.
Yes, you do.
Podcast name Authentically Uncensored.
Authentically Uncensored. I don't mind that either. So let's go into it. So the Complex hip hop media power ranking. All right. So it says this is the Complex's 4th annual hip hop media. Let me get myself out of here so we can see what we see here. So this is the 4th annual. The Complex 4th annual hip hop media power ranking is here. In a year where there's no dominant stars, no breakout media moments, the people shaping rap's conversations matter more than ever. It says key takeaways, and this is a list of 1 through 35, but we're going to start at the low end of the spectrum and work our way up to number 1, the number 1 spot. The key takeaways is that Complex's 2026 hip hop media power ranking maps who really moves the conversation. In a year where rap has no dominant stars or overarching storylines, the media figures matter most. The list now ranks not just individual personalities, but also platforms like Art of Dialogue. Complex also added writers to the mix. I don't know how I feel about that because when it comes to...
I think writers should have their own list. Like that's something separate. When you're talking about podcast, it should be podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't start mixing and matching. If you don't have 100 people to place in the category, then rank the people that are in the category. Don't just create slots for people that don't go.
I agree. It says power here means cultural influence. And right off the back, right? I don't mean start off as a Debbie Downer, but right off the back, Henny, when we talk about influencers or influences in the world with media as a whole, transforming from print ad or in print material to digital. The term writer, even though we still have writers,
right?
The term writer is more like a traditional media occupation,
right?
And so when we talk about writers, I mean, I don't know if writers are. Of course, the word travels. Whether it was print, whether it's digital, you still need people to shape and craft. But in the world we live in now, I agree with you when you say I don't know if they should have included traditional writers, because nothing about media nowadays, especially when we key in podcasting, YouTubing, blogging, nothing about that is traditional. So when you add writers to the mix, I think all that does is take away slots from people who really move the culture, because I don't know a writer. I don't know a digital magazine. I don't even read digital magazines.
A lot of people don't. I listen, writing is an art form and it can be influential, but it needs its own category because nowadays it doesn't move the needle the way that it used to. People don't even like to read. You know, you make your Instagram post and you type all of that description down in the bottom of it to give everybody. They don't care about that. Half the time the people are looking at the picture, and if you put something on the picture, they're going to read what's on the picture and respond to that. They're not going to take the time to read the paragraph on the caption that you put down there to explain what this picture is. And I see it all the time when I post stuff. I'm like, well, I may not have said that on the post, but that was to get you to stop scrolling, look at my post and interact with it. But did you bother to read what I said? So I don't think writers, even when we write these descriptions in our videos, the only thing we're writing descriptions for, to be honest, is to push us into the SEO Google algorithm. Other than that, nobody's reading the description on our videos. They want to see the title, the thumbnail, and click on it from there, and that's it. So yeah, I feel like writers should be in another category, whether they write digital books, digital articles, they should just be separate from podcasters.
Yeah, because there are no digital writer podcasters.
Right.
So how they got into this space, from this space is dominated by talking heads, I'll never know. I'm not discounting. And when you say
no, that's not the discount a writer, but like you just said, this is a talking head space. This is not a writer space.
It is not a writer space. They already have their own space,
right?
So to include writers into the mix of 35, I think that really just takes away slots from people who genuinely have an influence in this space as it exists now, without adding subcategories to it. Okay, so it says power here means cultural influence. Right there. Name me one writer that you know who has what we call cultural influence in the world of media. Man, the last person who I knew was Touré. Touré was a writer. I think he was an op-ed writer for.
But he's a talking head now. He has a YouTube channel and he does his videos on all things hip hop, things from the past. You know, he talks about his experiences with some of the artists and things of that nature. So he's not even, as far as I know, writing anymore.
Okay, it says power here means cultural influence who can spark and steer viral rap debates. Once again, I'm coming back to the writer shit. What writer can spark and steer viral rap debates?
Ghost writers?
No, what writer? What
Ghost writers? I don't know. Those are the only ones. You know, they write a lyric that's controversial against somebody, then boom, they got a rap beef going. But as far as, you know, people picking up a magazine and seeing what they wrote or scrolling through I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening anymore.
When was the last time you logged into a digital hip hop magazine? Last time you logged into one? A digital.
Does allhiphop.com count?
Yes.
Okay, so then that was like maybe a week ago I was on allhiphop.com.
But in the last year.
But that was like for gossip. Like I was just, you know what I'm saying? And then somebody sent me the link. So it's not even like I went there on my own searching. Right. You know, I have a team. My team be out there. They look at stuff. They send stuff to me. And then I put together my shows. But that's how the links come through to me, is through someone sending it to me. But I don't go to their website. I follow them on Instagram and I'll follow what they're doing on IG. But to go to their website, I don't do that on my own. I get sent their stuff. No offense. Shout out to allhiphop.com because they're on top of everything. But
listen, we keep it real. I need you to like, share, subscribe. That girl Henny's in the building. My name is Dawgface Calderon. We are talking about Complex's 2026, the 4th annual Hip Hop Media Power Ranking. And they listed 35 people who they say are the movers and shakers and the shapers of the hip hop conversation. So we're reading the description so we all have an understanding of what we're looking at as we start to look at it, because this is important. I have to read this before we start naming off who is who and what in terms of the ranking. It says that power here means cultural influence, who can spark and steer a viral debate. Anyone on the list was also asked to provide a temperature check on the genre, what they love most about rap right now, and what they hate, and find the responses below. Okay, it says, in today's attention economy, and I agree, this is an attention economy. People seek attention for everything now.
Right.
When some overarching cultural events arise, all vloggers are video bloggers.
Yes.
A blog is a written. So, and that's why, because they started off saying all vloggers. Vloggers are video vloggers.
Right.
That's a talking head.
Right.
Okay, so got you. So in today's attention economy, when some overarching cultural events arise, all the vloggers and talking heads. What's the difference between a vlogger and a talking head? A vlogger with a V. A vlogger is a video blogger.
Right.
So a video blogger is a talking head, right?
I mean, I would assume so, unless they're considering like legacy talking heads, like Breakfast Club, Hot 97 in the morning, Big Boy Neighborhood, things like that. Unless they're considering those to be talking heads, I think that's what we all are talking heads.
Okay. So in today's attention economy, when some overarching cultural events arise, all the vloggers and talking heads and op-ed writers and journalists eat. It's great for the consumer because there's a nice mix of dominant vets and opportunities for new players to stand out. But what happens when there isn't a big story? Well,
there's always a big story.
There's always a big story somewhere. There's never a shortage of things to talk about. And this is why I feel like that this is like somebody who's a traditional journalist wrote this and then tried to pencil in traditional
legacy, right?
And
they tried to exactly.
Op-ed. What the average motherfucker don't even know what the word, don't know what the phrase op-ed means. They don't know what editorials mean. There used to be a time where I used to read the editorial section of the Vibe, the Source, the XXL to hear what the editor had to say. But op-eds, opinion, op-ed is an opinion editorial. But the average person in the world of in the new millennium, whatever, right? So, and then there's a shortage of big stories. When was a shortage of big stories in urban media and hip hop media?
There's never a shortage of big stories because you've got, it's not right here. Okay. 195 to 200. Remember that. So there's never a shortage of stories because you have now, I know for me with the court docs, there's always a court case. We just had Stephon Diggs in court. Who is he? He's a football player. Why would he be thrusted into hip hop? Because he's Cardi B's baby daddy. And that's how we've ended up putting an eye on him. So what happens? He goes to court. He's getting sued. Hip hop's putting an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B and Tasha K, they have their lawsuit going on. So there's lawsuits that are going on. There's babies going on. Chris Brown, his baby mama's taking him to court for paternity, even though he already signed an affidavit. She wants it on record. She wants a DNA test done. So that's going on. And that's considered hip hop as well because it's hip hop and R&B, right? Mm-hmm. Mary J. Blige just took up residency in Las Vegas, Nevada, and she dropped a documentary behind that. So there's always something. She's the queen of hip hop and hip hop soul. You know what I'm saying? And that's R&B still.
Can we argue
that's
that
still hip hop?
Can we argue? Is there an argument to be made that Mary J. is not a part of hip hop or rap? Is there an argument? can be made for that because
she is.
Mary J. Blige is a hip hop artist, bro.
Yes, she
I'm
is.
sorry. Mary J. Blige is a hip hop. Mary J. Blige, in terms of females in the last 20 years, Mary J. she exudes hip hop. Before we had a Remy Ma, we had a Mary J. thugging out.
But let me tell you about Mary J. and why her stay power has been the way that it is. Yes, we get an emotional connection because when she get the with her pain and all of that, we could feel it because she's singing a woman's heart, right? So women love her. She has sex appeal. Men love her. But the thing about Mary is she came in this game with a unique sound, a unique style, and she stayed true to that. She's never wavered away from it. She never tried to switch up to fit in, blend in with nobody. She got her lane and she stayed in it and she dominates that. And here she is decades later, and she's still at the top of her game in her lane. She's not out here trying to catch up with Beyonce, Rihanna, or anybody else. She let all of them young girls come out and eat and do their thing, and she kept doing hers. So that's why she reigns supreme, in my humble opinion, over everyone. Plus, she's from Yonkers. 914, stand up.
Because I'm just you should be her. But is she running for office? And if she is, she should hire you as her campaign manager. Because I was just thinking, Mary J. from Yonkers, you finna come with this Yonkers shit. Every time we have a conversation, it always reverts back to fucking Yonkers, bro.
Shout out to the Locks, Mary J. Rest in peace, DMX. Shout out to Westchester, from White Plains all the way to Yonkers. Team 914 all day.
I had to let you get that off. I had to let you get that off because if I wouldn't have, then you would try to hey, listen. I'm not even gonna go there. There were things. That's where things stand in hip hop. The storylines of past years have gone cold. There's no dominant star, no big singles or albums with true staying power. That I can't agree with.
Yeah,
right?
Me too. These new artists.
Last year's hip hop media power ranking told the story of the old guard podcasters versus the new streamers.
I don't agree with that because streamers, to a degree, I will say the Kai Cenat of the streamers, like Kai Cenat, hip hop, yes, because he brings the artist onto his show, his streams and things of that nature. So he keeps his pulse on hip hop and what's going on in the culture. He does. But a lot of these other streamers don't do that. So I don't feel like streamers should really be placed in this category because, again, they are streamers. It's a whole different category. Unless you are doing what Kai Cenat is doing, you cannot be considered a podcast, in my humblest of opinions, right? Because you're taking us on antics. A lot of them do pranks, antics in real life, just following them around and stuff like that. That's not keeping your finger on the pulse of the culture. It's not. So I don't think streamers need to be in there.
So streamers who don't have a portion of their stream dedicated towards hip hop per se, they are not equal, even though they can be bigger. They're not equal to podcasters. Because streamers are so big now, they're dumping everything in this shit, bro. Streamers. I mean, what streamer do you know has a finger on the pulse of hip hop?
But see, the thing is, at that point, in my opinion, they're not streamers anymore. Right. If they're getting up here and they're doing, like, for example, I get on Twitch sometimes and I'm on Twitch for 8 hours sometimes streaming. Mm-hmm. And the whole time that I'm on the stream, I'm talking about trending topics, court docs, gossip, all of that. I'm giving them everything that I got, throwing the kitchen sink at them. That to me would still be considered a podcast. It's just that I'm streaming my podcast. You know what I'm saying? So that there's a difference. I would still be in the podcaster lane. But when you say streamers, I'm thinking about they out there on a boat partying and walking through the stores and come cook with me and just sitting and chit-chatting with it. That's not keeping your finger on the pulse. So again, streamer, podcaster, two different things. Now, does Kai Cenat hybrid them? Yes, he does. He did his marathon. Guess what he did with his marathon? He was still bringing in artists, top artists and actors and all types of stuff into that stream. So you got a combination of both going on there. But I would still look at him as somebody who could be on this list because of what he does. But not all streamers are no.
I agree with you. They need to quantify that because I fear the lines are just going to continuously get blurred, and they're robbing us from they're robbing us from slots
right
that we deserve, and passing those slots on to other people. An op-ed writer, a digital magazine writer. I don't care who they are. They're not. I couldn't name one until I saw this list. I couldn't name one op-ed writer.
In the list, and I still don't know who these people.
Right. Okay. So last year's Hip Hop Media Power Ranking told the story of the old guard podcasters. We're not old, motherfucker, right? But I acquiesced versus new streamers. In 2026, both groups broadened their coverage in response to hip hop's commercial slump and the lack of compelling narratives driving the genre. Now, listen, there was a lack of genuine good music put out. There was a lack. So the word in the aftermath of the YSL thing, in the aftermath of what's going on with Gucci and all that, hip hop is
all of them. Yeah,
hip hop is in a state of chaos right now. But just because hip hop or rap is in a state of chaos, it doesn't mean that the people who cover hip hop. So listen, the podcasters have been so it's like you're trying to take something from us. Yeah, the rappers. Yeah. The rappers have failed the culture miserably. But in place of the rappers, the podcasters have stepped forward. The YouTubers have stepped forward and become the new stars of the landscape. And that's cool. Because when
now we have a lot of rappers that have converted into podcasters that have stepped into our lane.
Right.
And honestly,
this list
personally, some of them, they're good podcasters, but I feel like they shouldn't even be on the list. And here's why. If they're a rapper, they come with a fan base already. Mm-hmm. So the minute that they start a podcast and you combine them all together, look at Jim Jones, Cameron, Mace, look at and what is that? Dave
East.
They get up there, Dave East. They get up there and they do that, but their fan base is coming with them. So they don't start from the very bottom. They don't know what it is to get online and be talking to one person and to go from talking to one person to 50 and from 50 to 100 and from 100, so on and so forth. They don't know what it is to get it out the mud as a podcaster because all they had to do was throw up a flyer and say, hey, we got a show coming. And all their fan base is going to come. So they automatically come into the podcast lane with the influence. We have to build a name, build a reputation, build an audience, and stay consistent on our platforms and get paid pennies till we get to the dollars.
So listen, you just said it, Henny. You just said it. You said that we had to build, because at first, as you were talking, I was saying that I was kind of like trying to be devil's advocate, but we have to build platforms from the ground up. And those platforms are built because people trust our opinions. They trust our insight. They look for our perspectives about all things, whether not just about hip hop,
right?
About all things culture. I think that in this lead up to the actual ranking, they're trying to quantify and categorize podcasters first of all, we're not rap podcasters. We're culture podcasters. We are podcasters of all things culture, not just hip hop, not just rap. Right. So I think that they're lessening, and they're lessening our reach and they're lessening our impact with the way they are introducing this and then trying to marry us as podcasters in to shit that has nothing to do with what we actually do. Okay.
Exactly.
So listen. So it says that there hasn't been a rap song in the top 10 since Drake, What Did I Miss Last Summer? To acknowledge the changing scene, the fourth edition of Complex's media list includes some new wrinkles. Let's start with eligibility. In the past, it was only in individuals and collectors being ranked. This year, platforms like the Art of Dialogue are now in the mix because their impact is impossible. To make this list, a platform or person has to regularly address issues and topics related to hip hop. They have to be placed where gets broken and where rappers want to appear. So,
so wait a minute, hold on. So you got people out here that are podcasters who have put in work and they don't get the rappers to come to their platforms. Mm-hmm. But they break stories. They stay on top of things. They ride a story out from beginning to end. So you're telling me they get overlooked because rappers aren't coming to their platform? Come on, that's not what podcasting is about.
Yeah, listen.
There's so many different facets of podcasting.
Yes, it is. And you just said it. You just see that right there. You just dropped the nuclear bomb on the whole ideology behind this list. Because who gives a fuck about? Didn't you just say that rappers have no influence? So if you're interviewing rappers who you have said, according to your own lead up, have failed the culture, have failed the genre miserably, right? The rappers are not the interesting people. The rappers are not the people are listening to. So that means that if a podcaster is in a position to interview a rapper who you are already saying made no major headlines, no major events, no top 10 songs in the top 20, right? No, none of that shit. If you're already saying these rappers is weak as a motherfucker, but then you turn around and say that the power ranking, it consists of people who have their finger on the pulse, don't quote me there, but the people who can interview rappers, interview the same rappers that you just said prior in the prior paragraph have not moved the needle and don't have any impact. So now it becomes a popularity contest. Who can pull a rapper? Who can pull an A-list rapper? And who can pull an A-list rapper better than the rappers are going to run? Here's the danger of that, Henny. The motherfucking rappers are going to run to the other rappers because they know that other rappers are not going to push the needle. They're not going to ask them the hard questions. They're not going to really seek any genuine understanding. They're going to breeze through the fucking interview and we learn nothing. Name me a rapper. Name me a rapper. Go ahead.
And they're going to run to the traditional morning shows, afternoon shows. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything against them because they are the pioneers of this shit, right? But they're going to run there as well because the radio station is going to side with them. They're going to run with whatever they need them to run with. They don't pay attention to. See, here's my problem with this. You talking about virality, if that's a word in my dictionary now.
Yeah, we make about shit around here.
You talking about virality, but you're talking about people at the top that are already recognized. When you could also be putting some up and coming people that may not go as viral, but have the consistency, keep up with what's trending. You've pushed them out of the podcast lane to include streamers and writers, which goes back to what you were saying, where those are spots and slots that other people could go in, and you could broaden this list a little bit more and probably add a few more people to this list and make it a top 100. You see what I'm saying? And give those people who are not at the top of their game, like a Academics, like a DJ Vlad, like a Adam 22, like a Art of Dialogue, like a Cam Capone, like somebody who's not up there, but is working their way to getting there, give them a little shine.
Hey, GMK says, who the fuck wants to hear a rapper talk? I have said that so many times. Hey, listen, most of these rappers have not been traditionally trained as it specifically relates to being A&R. They have
these new ones.
No,
these new ones, because the old ones they went through press training.
I'm talking
these
about,
new ones. I wouldn't sit with them.
These rappers, I'm talking about right now, not the old Run DMC ass niggas. Because before they were let loose on the public, they had to go through a whole training process. Man, listen, name a rapper that you want to hear from that's a part of that's new right now. These niggas can't even string together a coherent sentence. They can't even string together a coherent sentence. They're not going to tell the truth about a motherfucking thing because they got something to hide. Simple as that. We don't want to hear their opinion. We want to hear the podcasters. And what the problem here is that this whole ranking is flawed in the very inception because of what they did. Like you just mentioned, hey, listen, if you're going to open up and expand the criteria, or you're going to expand who can come in, then you also need to expand how many positions, because you're going to take something from somebody. We're talking about media. Streamers are not media. I'm sorry. A streamer is not a streamer who just streams about his own personal self. That's not media. That is not me. What Neon is a streamer. What the fuck does Neon have to do with media? You can be a streamer and not be a part of media. Kasnat is he's a hybrid. We acknowledge him because there is a strong flair of hip hop and the culture of media and music and acting inside of what he does. That's why we have no problem with him. But a streamer, just on the most streamers are not media personalities. Tell me I'm lying.
You're right.
And even the list even calls for that, because even when you look at the streamers that made the list, they're not media. They don't report on anything. They talk about their lives, and they incorporate hip hop as a way to an extra attention-seeking thing in what they do. All right, so I got you. Let's keep on going. So we haven't even got to the list yet, but Henny and I, we have issues about this shit, right? So, and it just is what it is. So it says, to acknowledge the changing scene, the fourth edition of Complex Media list includes some new wrinkles. Let's start with the eligibility. In the past, it was only individuals and collectives being ranked, right? It says, another way to describe power is culture influence, the ability to start conversation, move the conversation in the other directions, and dominate headlines. These are the figures whose moments of hip-hop coverage consistently go viral and shape the broader discourse. Most of them work across multiple video platforms, and while the written word feels less dominant than ever, for the first time, we're including writers because some of the biggest moments in rap include more traditional magazine rollouts.
What magazine rollout was major? I'm so serious. I missed it.
Like all of our power lists, this isn't the best by whatever arbitrary metrics you can think of. This is a list that strives to be non-judgmental in its construction. Some names here traffic in salacious material, while others have had moments that would survive the moral audit. The moral audit, according to whom? According to traditional journalism.
Which means that you are judging.
Yeah.
You are doing exactly what you said you wasn't doing.
Yes, absolutely. But they've built real audiences, and that impact can't be overlooked. As in years past, no one actively employed by Complex is eligible, but there are plenty of alum on this list. No shit. Because to say they came from you, actually, it boomerangs back to you. Everyone on the list was asked to provide a temperature check on the genre, what they love about rap right now, and what they hate about it. Find their responses below. So now we get into just the overall list itself. Let's just start with now. So it's from 35 up to 1. So let's just go to 35. Cause I must be I must be lost. So 35. His name is Rob Markman.
Don't know him.
So let's see who Mr. Markman is, though. Okay, so here's Rob Markman here. So Rob Markman, last year's ranking, he was not ranked last year, right? He's featured on Genius, which is an online periodical. Just My Thoughts, the best interview ever, known for top-notch interview skills, integrity as a pundit. He has a following of 91.6 thousand on IG, and he has a YouTube subscribership of 54.3 thousand on YouTube. Fans might know Rob Markman for his work with Genius, where he serves as VP of Music and Content and has done interviews with figures like Future, Lil Durk, but
JID, Jid.
He has a platform, Just My Thoughts, is where he regularly stirs the pot, whether it's Break It Down, Aiden Ross's role in hip hop, where he breaks down Aiden.
I didn't know Aiden Ross had a spot in hip hop.
Where he breaks down.
I mean, Aiden Ross does celebrity boxing, so I don't know what Aiden. Yeah, he's a streamer. I know who Aiden Ross is.
Yeah, I'm just saying though. What role in hip hop would? So whether it is breaking down Aiden Ross's role in hip hop, well, I hope it would say none. He has no role or influence in hip hop.
In hip hop at all.
Except that people whose career is on the downward spiral wants to get into the boxing ring or something or the other.
Right. You're frozen.
I know. Right. I get it. It says whether he's breaking down or doing a historical deep dive into Jay-Z's versus Mace or responding to Drake subs.
So apparently Drake has subbed him, didn't like what he had to say. So, artists are paying attention to who he is. Right.
So next we have, I've heard of the name Rob Markman before, but I don't know of any cultural hip hoppy that really matters.
And that's what I think matters. It should be someone that you go, oh, okay, yeah, I've heard of them. Just like this next one, 34. I've never heard of, what is his name? Dante. I
am Dante. Yeah,
never heard of him.
So let's look into who. So I am Dante. So let's look into him. So
Stop.
his bio.
Comical reaction videos and reviews. Really?
So you took a spot from a traditional podcaster or vlogger with a V. You took a spot from us, basically to give it to us a Twitch streamer.
He's got numbers. He's got 2.94 million on YouTube and 2.1 million on Twitch. He's a streamer.
Have you ever heard a take of we are students of the game. Have we ever mentioned his take or his perspective on anything?
No, he's never even come down my timeline.
That's no diss. So we're just chopping it up. And the good thing about Complex is they gave us an opportunity to re-rank the list according to what we think, right? So I am Dante. Hey, Dante, comical reaction videos and reviews, music reviews. What music review?
Don't add. Where does it say music reviews at? That just says reviews.
It says comical reactions and reviews.
Right. Not music, just reviews. So you have a review and reaction channel on here.
So you've taken a slot from
a podcaster.
You've taken a spot from a traditional podcast or a podcast platform. Now I'm mad that No Jumper's not on here. Right off bail. The first two.
Oh, you told ahead of time that No Jumper was on here. I thought we was gonna save that one.
Well, now I'm mad. Now I'm mad about this shit. Dante, this you never fucking heard of you, bro. Don't mean you ain't doing your thing. Don't know you. All right, so let's go to.
Well, it says that he gives fans the verdict on every major album drop from Yeats' double album, ADL, never heard of him, to the epic 3-hour rundown of J. Cole's The Fall Off. His animated delivery and productivity speaks for themselves. So he gives reactions to music. So that's why they gave him the spot that they gave him. But still, I'm with you. You could have put Lush up there or something. Like what?
So let me tell you something, Henny. But let me tell you this right here. What this list does is it really tells us the way that corporate America is trying to move and shape. They're sticking their hand in our business. So what it's really doing is giving us a heads up of what's to come. And it's really helping, it's giving us a game plan. It is giving you traditional YouTubers, podcasters, it is giving us some focus by which to kind of like instruct us on how we should be moving. And it is teaching us to not be afraid to morph ourselves into more, because we can see that more has been added to the overall recipe. So
more has been added to the recipe, but it's rigged. It's rigged now, because this next person you're going to do, number 33, he's a writer.
We don't have not one podcaster yet, do we? This is
not from what I've seen. We got somebody who's done some things and another person who's reacted to some things. And now here we are at 33. Where what now is what?
All right.
I've never heard of these. I've never heard of any of these people.
Well, this
person is a writer, because I'm sorry, I skipped ahead.
Go ahead.
Read a little bit, about this one here, this Alphonse Pierre.
Yes.
Okay, he gives brutally honest reviews that artists and their biggest fans get mad about. 17.9K on X. But it says down here, the Pitchfork senior writer of the few rap critics left, and he's known for being rigorous and hilarious, aren't mutually exclusive. When he pans, I don't even know what that means. Pans. They're filled with nuance and clever one-liners. When he gives his cosign, it's usually a smaller act, like Stark and Xavier So Based. Who are they?
I don't motherfucking know.
I didn't even know that we had traditional critics that were still writing articles and giving away mics for album drops. I thought the podcasters did that. I thought we told the people, oh, so-and-so's album dropped today and it was trash, or it was so good I didn't even skip through. I thought we did that. And that's what's taken over that space. So now this is supposed to be about podcasters, and they said streamers, and you've thrown writers in here now, and we've got a writer. But here's the part right here. He says, and whether he's going on tour with Carson or writes opted about All-Star JR, his voice extends beyond the rap critic lane.
Hey, Henny. Is right. Scooby-Doo, The Scooby-Doo is fucking right here.
Shout out to Gangland Neem. You should be on this list.
So we have Alphonse Pierre. Can you hear me, Henny?
I can hear you.
Let's move right past him. Elliot Wilson, the first recognizable name. Elliot the Legend Wilson. This is the first person who I'm not scratching my head about. Elliot Wilson is a powerhouse in the world of hip hop, in the world of urban media. Period. He's a legend.
Pause. You're frozen, and you have an ad or something across the screen.
Oh, my bad.
You know, I gotta get you together. Just a little bit. There you go. We got to figure out why you keep freezing, though.
I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I don't know what the fuck the freeze is about. You hear me? I don't know what the fuck your freeze is about, but it's freezing like a motherfucker. Let me see if I can unfreeze this shit. Let me see if I can take some of this shit off of here. Okay,
how many windows do you have open? You probably got like 5,000 windows open.
A lot of them. Let's close some of this shit up.
And you see how I gotta get him together. What you said? Neem said, "I'm trying to get there for real, Henny." Yeah, no, for real. Me lush by myself. I'm dead ass. Yeah. Media includes publishing, though, Henny. I agree. It does include publishing. However, this is supposed to be a podcaster's list, and they have taken the list and they have added podcasters, but they have added writers and streamers into the lane. And so, if you're just getting here, we're going through the complex media power ranking. And so it's a hip hop ranking. So first of all, that means that they have to have their pulse on hip hop, right? And all things that are a part of hip hop culture. And this, if it's podcasters, our argument is it should be podcasters. Putting writers and streamers who are not streaming about hip hop culture, they're streaming in real life stuff and follow me here and come with me on this journey there, but they're not keeping up with what's going on in the culture, the beefs, the this, the that. They're not keeping up with none of that. They should not be on a list like this. So that's the argument that we're having. And a writer should be on a writer's list. There should be a whole list for writers. There should be a list for those streamers that are not a part of keeping their pulse on hip hop. So that's where the argument is coming in at for us. But again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of great people that are out here covering stuff that could have gone into these slots.
I agree. I have no argument. And I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said. Elliot Wilson is the first coming in spot number 32. He's the first name that I know. He's featured on Up Rocks, the Elliot Wilson Experience. We've seen Elliot Wilson interview some of the brightest and biggest stars in hip hop and across the culture. Because to me, it doesn't have to be just strictly hip hop. Right. As long as it's about the culture and it has relevance to entertainment, right, per se.
Right.
Being a rap journalism pioneer, he's a rap journalism pioneer, calling out streamers for not being real journalists.
I beg to differ. I have my journalism. Thank you.
Okay, listen.
Well, he said streamers. Okay.
Calling out streamers for not being. I think he's talking about podcasters too, because Elliot is a traditional journalism. I think he's a stuffed suit.
Well, a lot of traditional media, legacy media, does not consider us to be upper echelon with them, so to speak. And I witnessed that at the Diddy trial. It took some time for them to warm up to a lot of us, but I think that was only because we were stuck there and you kind of had no choice. And there was more of us than there was of them. So yeah, they didn't like, and I have a press pass. Thank you very much. So I was going where they were going with my little blogger, with my little 19K followers. I was up in there getting in the lines with ABC, CBC, and NBC, and all of that, and CNN.
So watch this, Henny. Can you hear me? I know I'm frozen, right? But listen.
Yes, you're frozen.
Elliot Wilson is the quintessential example of traditional journalism, right? Elliot, he is a naysayer, a poo-pooer of modern, non-traditional journalism. I think he takes a strike at all podcasters. I think he says that because we're not classically trained, that we're not necessarily qualified to give our take or perspective on anything. Well, Elliot, I would beg to differ, and because you're at 35, and as closer you get to one, we don't see people like you.
Well, let me tell you this. That's a lie, because you can go to school now for new age media. Because there's a school right here where I'm at, and they do online. You can go and get your master's degree in New Age media.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Elliot has, speaking of being a cultural influence, Elliot has 4,369 followers on X. He has 2,700 followers on IG.
Ain't no numbers. Those are not numbers.
I brought that up because, listen, the driving force behind modern media, whether it is hip hop or otherwise, it is social media and YouTube.
I think you should have at least 10,000 subscribers or followers in order for you to make this list.
It doesn't even say, because he doesn't have his own YouTube page. So he up rocks. He's using a traditional big box platform, and he has a show on a big box platform. So he didn't deal. Speaking to your point earlier, when you said that we built this shit from the ground up, you jumped on a platform that's already established and did nothing to help inspire it to grow or to be meaningful. And you just set off on your own journey. As an individual, you have no presence, Mr. Wilson. You have no presence in this space. We don't talk about you. We know who you are, but we don't talk. You're not talked about. Your opinion does not. I've seen his interviews.
Well, see, the thing is, they said they have to be an influence. What influence does he have? His numbers don't even show influence. He doesn't even have. I have more followers and subscribers on my YouTube page right now and on my IG than he does. I don't deal with X. But if I were to take all of my Twitch, both of my YouTubes, both of my Instagrams, and my TikTok, well, TikTok, I don't really got much over there. But if I were to take my major platforms that I do use and add all of those numbers up, I have way more than he has.
True.
A lot of these podcasters that I feel should be on this list have way more than he has. And I feel like if we're going to do this, then you have to have a minimum of at least 10,000, at least 10K. Because if you've gotten 10K and you've gotten that out the mud, getting 10K and other people in here that have built their platforms from the ground are going to hear me on this. Getting 10K people to subscribe to your channel, to follow you on a platform, is a major accomplishment. Because when you start at 0 and you get to that, when you get your first 1,000, that means a lot to you. So I feel like anybody who has started from the ground up, they should be able to be on this list. Like, don't overlook people. That's my thing. Thank you for the congrats on the 19K. I appreciate it.
So listen, I want to ask a question. And I know I'm froze, but you can still hear my voice just fine, right?
Yeah.
Under what circumstances does a list, under what circumstances does a curator of a list of the most powerful digital media writers or op-ed writers or journalists, under what circumstances do they add vloggers, podcasters, and streamers to their list? It would never happen. They would never allow YouTubers and bloggers into a list that is specifically designed to showcase or to rank writers from a traditional journalism standpoint. That would never happen. So they bastardized this list and allow all these motherfucking people who have no real cultural impact and influence on, they're not movers and shakers of the culture. They're not.
So let me watch this. When The Source would do their hip hop articles, it would be hip hop. You would not see New Edition. You wouldn't see Chris Brown in the rap side, right?
Right.
You would not see the writers that wrote behind the most inspirational song that Beyonce wrote in that category either. Everything was categorized to its own thing. So again, it goes back to what I said. Podcasters here, streamers here, writers here.
I agree. Next up, it is Underground Sound.
I've heard of Underground Sound.
Last year, Power Ranking, they were not on the list last year. Underground Sound is known for all things modern rap, underground, whether it's news, memes, or ciphers. They have a following of 255,000 on IG, 93,000.4 on X, 48.4 thousand on TikTok. They have no YouTube presence. If you have no YouTube presence,
then you're not a podcaster. You're just a content creator. They're not even, here's the thing, by their own standard, they're not even on Twitch. So you're not even a streamer. Nothing about their social media presence fits into any of this, but here they are.
You're not on YouTube, baby, you ain't hitting on shit. Rounding in at number 30, DJ Hid. Now we getting somewhere. And Gina Views, didn't Gina Views come from? Did she come from No Jumper or somewhere? Where did Gina Views come from?
I don't remember where she came from, but I know she was somewhere else first. I just don't know. I don't know off the top of my head where she was.
So I'm frozen anyway. So you can hear my phone. Since I'm already frozen, I'm just gonna read this shit, right? So Power Ranking last year, they came in. Gina Views and DJ Hid come in today at number 30. Last year they were ranked at number. DJ Hid only was ranked at number 16. So he did better by himself before he even incorporated Gina Views into the equation. They're featured on Effective Immediately. It is a humorous and engaging interviews with strong knowledge of West Coast rap. I'm going to give him that. 29.3K on IG, 41.5 thousand on YouTube. On Effective Immediately, hosts DJ Head and Gina Views continued their momentum, giving their hot takes on Cardi B versus Bia, welcoming the clips back after a 15-year hiatus and allowing Lil Russell to address his controversial Lil Wayne remarks and the backlash surrounding his heaven-sent moment. I don't have a problem with DJ Head because I know who DJ Head is by himself. Gina Views, I'm not necessarily up on Gina Views, but I
think he was on Shark Tank.
You think so?
Is that who was on Shark Tank? She looks like the girl who was on Shark Tank. So she might have come from No Jumper. I don't know who this next person is at 29. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know him.
Gina Views has a podcast called Whole Fashions, which is a weekly podcast. Outside of that, don't really know because is our lack of knowing who these people are. Does that say something about how plugged in we are to the culture?
I mean, it could go both ways. It's either we're not plugged in as much as we thought we were plugged in, or they're not as influential as they're saying they are. But then again, we haven't even reached the top 10. So,
okay, coming in at number 29, it is Arshan Jawad. He's featured on Kids Takeover, Music Focus, Conversations with Underground Rappers. Back in March, Arshan Jawad, the muscle and brains of the Kids Takeover, posted vlog expressing regret about being too infatuated with hustle culture and not experiencing his 20s. It is a surprising video. He is in his mid-20s and already looking back. This year, he doubled down with the underground, even while scaling operations. I don't know who this motherfucker is.
I don't either. Next,
nigga, bye. Miro. Now we know Miro, and Miro is for those who don't know, Ebro and Ebro's, they got the boot.
Yeah.
So Miro is who who took over for Ebro and Ebro and Rosenberg and what's the lady name? Laura
Stiles, which by the way, I'm grateful for that. As a New Yorker, I think one of the most disappointing things for me was when the Hot 97 morning show had no one from our community in the morning show at all.
From New York.
We had no representation at all on a hip hop radio station in the morning. I stopped listening to Hot 97. I listened to Power 105.1.
Right.
Shout out to the Breakfast Club.
Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Shout out to DJ Self.
And you know what? I like the diversity that they have on there as well.
Right.
It represents our community.
Right. So Miro is Hot 97 Mornings with Miro. He's known for some of the funniest, most biting takes on everything right or wrong about the rap culture. He has a nice size following on IG, 320,000, excuse me. And on X, he's at almost 300,000 on X. If he went back 10 years and told the Bodega Boys era that Kid Miro with his future held, he'd probably laugh. Like Kid Miro he's somebody that we know. He's a firebrand and people don't necessarily like him. He's a bit of an asshole when it comes to some of his takes. He's like you. He's a New Yorker. And most New Yorkers are brash.
We're not assholes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
No, we're not.
We
just misunderstood.
No,
shout out to New York.
Henny.
We're rude.
The first assholes in the history of this country come from New York.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
You blame everything on New York. Stop blaming everything on New York.
And I'll be feeling good when I do it.
I know you do.
Number 27, the first traditional, I was surprised. The Art of Dialogue made number 27, the first, what we would call the traditional interview-based podcast. Man, a recognized, we went through 7 before we went through 6 before we got to one person who we know. We know Miro, but Miro's not a podcaster. He's enjoying
in the morning the radio, but I mean he could still be considered a podcast. Now, Art of Dialogue, I feel like I'm glad to see Art of Dialogue on here, but Art of Dialogue should have been a little higher up on the list, in my humble opinion, because Art of Dialogue really does their big one. They really have their finger on the pulse. I enjoy their videos. I do. And I know they're gonna get the people we want to hear from. Sometimes they get the people we don't want to hear from, but they get the people that we want to hear from. And yes, they deserve to be on this list 1000%.
Okay, so let's look at Hot 97, because one of the reasons why do they go live ever on here? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. They go live on YouTube, and I think they also do it on Twitch.
But Henny, look at this shit right here, Henny.
I don't know.
One of the reasons why they said they booted Ebro and Rosenberg and Laura Stiles off of air, because they said they were not relevant. They were not moving the needle. Academics really lit into their ass, right? And I believe Charlamagne and the rest of the Morning Club crew went lit in their ass too. Miro, he's not faring any better than what Ebro, Stiles, and Rosenberg were faring. When you look at their numbers, you're on is Hot 97 is it 105.1?
No, that's no.
That's Power.
That's Power 105.1. Hot 97 is 97.1. Listen, don't be confusing our radio. See, you can't be up here throwing shade at us and you don't even know our radio station.
I'm saying that I know 105.1 is Breakfast Club. Is DJ Self. Hot 97, that's Funk Flex.
Master Flex.
I hear Hot 97, I think Funk Flex.
Right.
He's a brightest star on Hot 97, right?
He's the only original OG that is still there.
Look at the numbers, though, Henny. The numbers are 1 hour ago, it's 309 views. 2 hours ago, these are clips. These are hour long. These are not clips. These are hour long segments. 2 hours ago, Hot 97, one of the largest radio platforms in the country. 297 views, 928 views. Let's go back to yesterday. 1,000 views. 2 days ago, 631 views.
I get better views than them when I talk about stuff that people used to.
Listen, 6 days ago, 1,100 views.
Well, I mean, that probably also speaks to Hot 97 as a radio station, because as a New Yorker, a lot of people listen to Power 105.1.
Listen, he got
they've really got their, well, I haven't been there in 2 years, but that's who I listen to. The only thing that Hot 97 has going for themselves is Summer Jam.
That's it. But look, listen. So one of the reasons why they say they booted Ebro in the morning is because they had no real genuine influence besides being legacy media personalities. They had no influence on the thing that's driving the culture. YouTube and social media drives the culture. If you have no impact on YouTube, you shouldn't be in the discussion. YouTube
I'm
is
gonna
king.
say this. If they would have put some clips from Funk Master Flex up here, I bet you they'd get some numbers. Maybe they would get some numbers, because I don't even know if Flex got the same flex he used to have.
Let's see.
You need to close some of them windows out for real.
Funk Flex, Hot 97. Let's see what Funk Flex is doing. Funk Flex, I mean, he's everywhere. Funk Flex is, on just some of his.
You see his numbers, right? Funk Flex is doing numbers.
So Funk Flex should take over the morning show. He's too arrogant, too bossy, too pushy, too much.
Nobody want to hear Flex yelling and dropping bombs first thing in the morning.
Right.
No,
you're right. That fuck up the morning commute.
Leave him in the nighttime,
so he can wreak havoc over the Gotham City.
Right? Don't bring him to the morning. Leave him in the nighttime.
I ain't mad at you, Henny. So let's contrast this. So let's go to the Breakfast Club is where you would go to. So the Breakfast Club lineup. Let's go to playlist, and I know they have a Breakfast Club playlist. Laura, so you have Angela Yee on here. Let's look at her full playlist. Let's just look at what Angela Yee is doing. She hasn't dropped anything recent. I'm sure she has, but Angela Lee, hers are highlights. Let's go to Angela Lee. Let's go to the Breakfast Club. Let's go right to their bread and butter. We know what the Breakfast Club does. We know what they do, what they're capable of.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know. So listen, I know we're a bit off track, but hey, listen. Power 97 they need to clean house all the way. And I think if you're trying to compete in this YouTube space, I think you need to get somebody who's more in tune with and somebody who understands the space and the culture more. Because Miro's not it, obviously, because he's not doing any better than the reason why y'all say y'all got rid of Ebro, Rosenberg, and Laura Styles. His numbers are just as abysmal, if not worse, than the people who he replaced.
Well, I mean, I just feel like they should have either added somebody to the morning show or, restructured it. But Ebro and Rosenberg, they weren't doing it for me. And that's just that. I mean, a lot of people felt that way, but I'm speaking from my perspective. No.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I think Ebro bullied his way. He bullied his way he maintained his dominance by bullying his way into and making people believe that he was more influential and more necessary than he actually was. And I think, did they sell Hot 97? Was it sold?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. So we're back on this.
Not recent anyway.
Art of Dialogue. Hold on. I got some clapping on here. Hold on. Art dialogue. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
That's not for you.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Our dialogue. So listen, I agree. I have no fucking qualms with this. Our dialogue. Last year they were not ranked. A no holds barred interview approach, yielding shocking sound bites. 1.06 million YouTube subscribers, 275,000 IG followers. This is what we're talking about. This is what we mean by somebody who has their pulse on, and he doesn't even, the art dialogue don't even just, he interviews, the majority of his guests are not even hip-hop artists, are they? He interviews people all over.
He interviews people that are in the culture, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
so it doesn't have to be an artist. They're people that we want to hear from and people that we don't, you know, like he does his thing over there. He does.
So my question to you, Henny, is Art of Dialogue a hip hop platform?
Yes.
Is Academics a hip hop platform?
Yes.
Yes. Is Vlad TV a hip hop platform?
Yes.
I don't have an issue with it. You won me over. You won me at the word. Hey, Jim Jones came in at 26 on the list.
No.
I have an issue with that, Jimmy. Here's my issue with Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. So Jimmy has, let's rap about it. And then he has his own podcast as well. Well, he is a singular podcast. So Jim Jones by himself at 26. So let's rap about it in Art to Art, where he's his one-on-one interview-based platform. So Jim Jones has 3.7 million IG followers. He has 103,000 YouTube subscribers. Let's rap about it.
That's the Let's Rap About It channel. That's not him by himself, though. Yeah. So
they said that in this year's ranking, it wasn't just individuals, it was platforms as well. Let's Rap About It should have been. I don't have a problem with all four of those dynamic personalities being a part of this list. But Jim Jones by himself, he a firebrand, and he's a shit-talking motherfucker. But Jimmy by himself, minus, I think it's an insult to, because Let's Rap About It. They mentioned in his numbers, they listed Let's Rap About It. He didn't get those numbers by himself.
I think Let's Rap About It as a whole, as a collective, should have been on this list, not just singled out a person. But, you know, they have another Let's Rap About It person on here. So it seems like y'all split up the team to fill in these slots instead of giving them as a collective one slot and then speaking on what you like about each individual person that's podcasting on that podcast. You broke it down into two people who happen to be rappers who did not get this out of the mud. That's the issue that I have as well. You don't have Art of Dialogue thus far is the only person on this list that we know that has gotten it out the mud. He ain't no rapper turned podcaster. He knows what it is to go post a video and get 5 views, get 10 views, get 100 views. He knows what that is.
He does.
He earned that slot. So if you're going to talk about the Let's Rap About It podcast, the podcast as a whole should be sitting here.
The podcast as a whole should be sitting here enjoying, just like the Joe and Jada. They're on here. It's not Joe or Jada.
Right.
As a collective.
You put them together as a collective for their podcast. So you should have did the same thing.
For Let's Rap About It.
For Let's Rap About It.
You should have 4 years up here like Mount Rushmore. 4 to 5. Got
that
you.
Part.
Number 25, Noriega.
I could agree with this. Drink Champs. I can't agree with Drink Champs. He definitely is hip hop. No, I can. He definitely is hip hop. He's definitely doing it. And they didn't split his thing up. You know, he's on here. I mean, I have a thing about rappers being podcasters, but I can't take away from Drink Champs because Drink Champs, He does his big one. He gonna get you up there. He gonna get you drunk, and he gonna get you to tell your story.
So listen, do we have drink chaps on here minus his co-host? Is it because he's such a looming personality that we don't need his co-host? Because I think drink champs, because Nori by himself is a drunken motherfucking master on that show.
And that's why I said, yes, I agree with this. I mean, his co-host is cool, but I don't even really remember his co-host name. Nori basically carries that himself.
He does.
He carries it on his own. And yeah, he deserves to be there. I could say that. And like I said, that's me saying that with me even having an issue with rappers becoming podcasters and being put in a list like this with others.
I got you. I think it's DJ FNF. Is his partner's name?
So. I think that's his name.
I think so. Too. Okay.
No disrespect.
No disrespect, because you're dope. I think that you keep the show rolling, DJ FNF. That's what his name is. I think you keep the show rolling, brother.
He does.
Yes.
But Nori can carry that, like we've agreed, on his own.
Got you. Coming in number 24, Shannon Sharp with Club Shay Shay.
I can agree with this.
Shannon Sharp is hip hop.
I can agree with this being on here because of his podcast, because he will interview people from the culture. But I don't think that he's hip hop. But I could agree with him being here.
It is 2026 hip hop media.
Hold on. I could agree with him being here over a writer.
I can too. I can agree with any podcaster that has motion on YouTube and Instagram.
And like I said, he interviews people from the culture. Like, he's not afraid to get somebody into that Club Shay Shay chair from any area. An actor, a comedian, a rapper, a singer. He's gonna get you in that chair. New, old school, whatever. He gonna get you in there. So I agree with that. Trap Lord Ross, I agree with him as well being here.
Okay. Trap Lord Ross, last year he was number 13. This year he's 23. He dropped.
Now, I don't agree with that, because Trap Lord Ross, he does high quality documentary style videos. You cannot take that away from Trap Lord Ross. He reigns supreme in that. Like, I watch his videos and be like, damn, I need to start stepping my game up and do some videos like Trap Lord. But he also takes the time to give you a YouTube version and a Patreon version where it's raw and uncut, and you get to see everything that he had to filter out from the YouTube. But he definitely deserves to be here. He breaks everything down. Listen, I found him when he started talking about King Von being hip hop's first serial killer, and the way he broke it down, I said, well, I guess I could agree with that, the way you putting it, since you put it that way.
Yeah.
He does his thing, but he should be higher.
Yeah. DJ EFN is Nori's partner. DJ EFN.
That's effing. DJ effing.
EFN. Or is it EFN? I don't fucking know. You're fucking drunk. Fuck you. Trap Lord Ross.
Yeah, definitely. He should be here, but I think he should be higher on the list, honestly.
So. Well, I'll hold my judgment. I'll reserve my judgment until we can see who's next.
But I feel like Art of Dialogue should be higher on the list too.
I think that I'm cool with Art being where he is. I just think that other traditional podcasts, people who actually have a pulse, a finger on the pulse, who actually move the conversation should be on there, right? 22.
Lauren LaRosa. Now,
no. Hey, listen, Henny, we finna crack some fucking jokes on this. Jess Hilarious is turning over in her bed because this right here. Why do we have two sidekicks on the show? We got Envy, we have Charlamagne. Why do we have
because when Jess Hilarious
here, when home leave, Lauren LaRosa stepped in and she became more of a news girl. She's more of a Angela Yee.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Lauren will sit in the courtroom on these hip hop trials. And I know that because Lauren was in the courtroom side by side with me during the Diddy trial. Every day, Lauren was there with her notebook, taking her notes down every day. Just Hilarious was not there.
Okay, so listen. So let's have a Just Hilarious. We don't even need to have a Breakfast Club conversation. We need to have the conversation that everybody knows is important. Just Hilarious went on leave. I believe it was maternity leave. And in her absence, well, before she even left, Lauren LaRosa started to make appearances in preparation for Jess going away, stepping out for maternity leave, right? Lauren LaRosa became a fan favorite. And she occupied the role that we were used to Angela Yee, information source. And Lauren LaRosa went above and beyond. She went above and beyond even Angela Yee in terms of, you could tell she wanted to be there. And she was doing everything in her power to make sure that she was useful to the overall process. She went out and she's a traditional journalist. She went out and she sought after stories. She put herself in positions to acquire information and bring back serviceable information to the collective. So the conversation is Lauren LaRosa, why isn't Just Hilarious in Lauren LaRosa, since they both really occupy the same role?
Well, here's the thing. You have two people, maybe three, I think 2 or 3 from the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club should have been up here as a whole. Just like I said for Let's Rap About It. Everyone should have been up here as a whole. Doing this as individual, that's just, like you dragging it now. You're dragging it now. Put everybody up there as a whole because that's the platform. The podcast is the platform. But Lauren worked for TMZ before she started over there on the radio station. So she does journalism. And I like her takes on things. Just Hilarious, she's more of a comedian that has become a podcaster, even though some of her stuff was, I'm just with the mess and my news is real. And she would start talking about some of the messy stuff that was going on with hip hop, R&B, whatever. I get that. But has she really earned that by now is the question. And I'm not saying that because there's a gripe or anything like that, but I'm just saying you got to also look at the work ethic and what people have put in. But again, this is where separating them when they're a collective, this is where issues come into play at, because now we're having this conversation of Lauren LaRosa versus Just Hilarious. When it shouldn't even be that. It should be us talking about the Breakfast Club as a collective.
Oh, I agree with you 1000%, because now if you think, even though they have resolved their issues, because there was some infighting about who took over what, who should be there, and who's more serviceable. I think this just reignites that. Even if it's not said out loud, I think that Lauren LaRosa did Envy make this list? No.
I don't even know.
We don't know.
Hold on 1 second, because they're talking to me in caps in the chat because they want to get my attention. Gotcha. Let me explain. Regardless to what he may have put out there, y'all should know I've already looked for myself. And there was a lot of situations with King Von where he snitched on himself on Twitter, on IG, about things that he had done. So he did have a lot of bodies on him. May not have had as many as some people have put on him, but he did have bodies on him. You can't take that away. You can't take that away. Did they put bodies on him just to close a case? I believe they added some too so that they could get their homicide numbers to go down for the city. But you can't take away the fact that King Von was nothing to be fucked around with. He would shoot you for real. He lived the shit he was rapping about. He didn't just rap about it because it was a show, because it was cute to say. He rapped about what he lived.
Hey, listen, I don't even think it's a conversation. This is a point about, hey, listen, these rappers, the reason why we have this list that looks like this right now is because things have changed. The tide has come and gone. Things have changed. We don't have any strong personalities in the world of hip hop anymore. So therefore, the influencers have stepped up to become the kings of entertainment. Period.
Yeah.
I hope that this ranking does not leave Just Hilarious feeling like, as a corporate executive at Power 105.1, are you looking, does this complex list mean anything to you if you're decision making up there at Power? In terms of if we have to cut somebody?
It could. And that's what I'm saying. When you start picking apart a team, it looks bad.
They could have put the Breakfast Club as a whole, 4 people in one picture, and then elevated them to where they should be, which is top 10 in my opinion, because Breakfast Club is still goals. It is still, you don't go on a press run without, as a real artist.
You gotta hit the Breakfast Club.
Gotta hit the Breakfast Club.
And the thing is, even in her known for, it's on the ground reporting, balancing out the Breakfast Club with stone cold facts. Mm-hmm. So you're still putting her in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So why not have them there?
And that's some catty ass shit how you played that. I don't think that's right. And I think the fact that they didn't do that, I think that was a lack of them having their finger on the pulse. At this point, I don't think Complex is qualified they're not qualified to do what they're doing.
I would have to agree with you, because if this was the Source, if this was Double XL, if this was what was Benzino's the last magazine he had,
Hip Hop Weekly.
Yeah, Hip Hop Weekly. If it was any of those, we would know that this would be a list that we could actually like rub our hands together, like, oh, let me see who because we know they're going to do it correctly. I feel like this was, let's throw these people all together. Yeah. And maybe even the person who did this list, these are people that they watch, that they like, because who is this?
So Nardwuar is a legendary. I know who he is.
I don't know.
He is. Some just read it off. Nardwuar. So I don't know to pronounce that French ass shit, but ridiculously.
Hold on. Let's do this. First of all, before you start reading, if you know who this is, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't know who it is, put a 2 in the chat. That's simple. 1 or 2. Either you know who he is or you don't know who he is.
Okay, I got you. So listen, in terms of hip hop historian, Nardwuar is a person who digs out. He is a person who dig out some funk master, some grandmaster Melly Mel. He is a hip hop historian of epic fucking proportion. He is the kind of person who does meticulous research on all things hip hop, and he does docu-styled delivery on just. He's a hip hop historian. He is that nigga.
Well, look at the chat. The chat say otherwise. There's more 2s than there are 1s in the chat. People don't know him.
Right. So they don't know him, but if you would have to be in. Well, I don't mean Nardwuar is his name is synonymous with his like Rembrandt or Picasso of hip hop, of chronicling hip hop history and knowing things about hip hop that you wouldn't think he would know or any other human being would know.
That doesn't make us know him. It doesn't make us know him.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. He came in at number 21. Number 20 is Nadeska Alexa.
I don't know her either.
Rap Life Review Podcast. It doesn't say what their numbers are on YouTube, which gives me a reason for concern. It says her followers 101,000 on IG, 61,800 on X. She's a seasoned vet. Nadeska Alexa's biggest strength is her consistency. She is a regular presence on this list consistently. Last year, she was number 19. Consistently in the middle of the biggest rap moments. And unlike others here, is off the strength of the music rather than the drama. Last year, she was the only journalist to really sit down with Kendrick Lamar. Her crowning achievement this year was landing J. Cole's first interview about the fall off, as well as conducting the only camera interview with Baby King.
Don't know her.
I've never heard of her before. I looked at this list a couple of days ago. Sorry, Lexa. Still love you, Boogie Butt.
Congratulations, girl.
Yes. Neon.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Neon.
No. Hell to the no.
Hold on. Do I have that sound bite? Hey, listen. Whoever put Neon on this list,
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big dummy. See what you did?
Neon,
No.
what the fuck does Neon have to do with hip hop? He's a straight line streamer. He is a buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
He might be a culture vulture because everything that he gets into is like buffoonery of the highest level. He's powerful as fuck. If Neon blesses you with anything, then
That's
you're going
true.
to the fucking moon. So Neon is a powerful motherfucker, but should he be on this list?
No.
I'm
not taking anything away from him as a streamer because he's successful in the lane that he has chosen. He's made lots of money doing what he's doing. I can't take that away from him. But no, he's not hip hop. I don't care about him being over there with O Block. I don't care about him double dating with Kevin Gates. I don't care about none of that. He's not hip hop. He is a streamer. He is a straight up streamer. 550K on Kick.
That's streaming all day.
1.5 million IG. Kick is a streaming platform. He is a streamer.
Silly shit going on double dates with Kevin Gates, but hanging with rappers makes you next. Gillian Wallow, number 18.
Yes.
We don't even have to go to their resume. Should Gillian Wallow be higher when it comes to having their finger on the pulse of all things hip hop?
Yes.
I think that if we bunch all of the people who are from the Breakfast Club together, I think it creates an opportunity to move Gillian Wallow up. They're extremely well respected. Wallow more than Gilly.
But hold on. They have Wally and Gillo, Gillo
together.
Even though they are, that's the name of their podcast.
Yes.
They did not separate them and rank them. They put them together. So if you can put them together, you need to put everybody together and stop this nitpicking stuff because this is what starts the catty shit that goes on.
So the most obvious glaring thing that happened here is that if you put Jim Jones on there, Jim Jones does not go on this list. No. Without Fabulous, Dave East, and what's the crazy brother name? The one being in prison fighting and shit. Mano,
yeah.
Mano, Dave East, Fabulous, they all deserve some shine on this. Not just Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy, I fuck with you, Jim. But you don't.
I can't believe I drew a blank at Mano's name.
Me neither. I mean, because Gillian Wallow, we ain't got to talk about it. I believe it should be higher. I believe that Gillian Wallow should be top 10. That's what I believe. Bootleg Kev.
Yes, but I don't think he should be 17.
Does Bootleg... Okay, so Bootleg Kev is the Bootleg Kev podcast. He has 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, 160,000 on Instagram followers. Bootleg Kev has every hip-hop nerd's dream job. Bootleg Kev is a legend, man. You know, he was 21 last year. This year, he moved up 4 spots to number 17. Okay. I don't have a problem with it. Number 16, Joe Caramenika and Joe Coscarelli. 2 Italians, 2 Dagos.
I don't know them.
2 Whoppers.
I know nothing about them.
New York Times Popcast.
Pop, not hip hop. pop.
In depth, so they have the New York Times backing. That's a cheat code, bro. That's not you grinding.
Very much so.
And with the New York Times, or they got 70,000 YouTube subscribers, 51,000 IG, 112,000. No, these niggas move down off the list. New York Times, anything is not hip hop, bro.
No.
You work for New York Times, you have a P-O-P cast.
They work for the Post. That's different paper.
Oh, sorry, fucker.
Get our shit right.
Sorry, what the fuck? That's even the New York Times podcast, not pot.
The New York Post.
York. What did it say? It say New York Times.
Oh, it does say Times.
Yeah, I know I was right. Apologize, motherfucker.
No. I will not.
Man, who the fuck is this, Henny? Do you know?
I don't know them. I don't know Joe Coscarelli and Joe Karma Mancia. I don't know them. Can we go to the next one?
Yeah, I don't know these fuckers. Cameron.
No.
What? Killer got to go on here, man. It is what it is to be on here.
Listen. Cameron should be on here with Mace.
With Mace. It is what it is. They dropped the ball.
That's why I'm saying no. Anybody that is up here separated from their podcast team, I'm going to say no.
So it's Talking with Flea, because he does have Talking with Flea. And Mace doesn't have another thing.
But if they're going to judge him on Talk with Flea, then Talk with Flea should only be the thing that they talk about. They should not have.
He wouldn't be on
here. It
here.
is what it is on there. Because once you put it is what it is on there, now you're bringing in his team.
If it Talk with Flea doesn't make this list, Cameron's contribution is significant, but Talk with Flea by itself as a standalone does not qualify him to be on this list. Just like Jim Jones's artist to artist doesn't qualify him to be on here.
Right.
The first thing they show is the most powerful thing about him right now. It is Mace and Treasure Wilson.
So they need to be there.
My dog Mo Claret should be on here too. It's just Chris Squad up. One for all for one.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a no, not for this.
Okay, and Cam, I'm still not gonna boo-hoo Cam, because Cam, he finessing and jugging.
Hey, get it out.
I ain't mad at Cam. I'm not mad at Cam. But if it was Cam and Mace on here with Treasure Wilson and my man Mo and everybody else a part of that, if it was Cam, Mace, and the talking Freaky Zeke, it is what it is to be on here. I have to agree. No shade. I love y'all. Shout out to Maurice Claret. It's my dog. Maurice Claret, you know, Michigan beat the fuck out of Connecticut, UConn. You know that, Mo. I call you Mo. I call you. All right. Number 14, Frazier Thorpe.
No.
This nigga like Steve Urkel.
This is the guy who interviewed Jay-Z, but he is also an alumni of Complex. No.
Frazier Thorpe, when the interview with Jay-Z went down, I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? And the questions that he was asking Jay-Z was totally fucking. You too young buck. Hey, young buck. GQ and hip hop shouldn't be mentioned in the same fucking sentence.
Here's the thing. Wait, hold on. ESPN Trio. Here's the difference between me and Dawgface. He is Dawgface by himself, and I am ThatGirlHenny by myself. And together we're doing this podcasting, right? But if they were to take Dawgface and put Dawgface out there, or if they were to take me and put me on this list, and they mention what we are doing together, then it's a no, because we're a team. If you're going to highlight somebody as an individual, then you speak about that person as an individual. You don't speak about an individual from the team. This ain't football, basketball, or any other sport. This is podcasting. And on podcasting squads, what makes the podcast good is the team a lot of times. But the difference is we can carry on our own.
Right.
Jim Jones cannot carry on his own. Cameron cannot carry on his own. I don't think anybody really tunes into Lauren LaRosa by herself, not saying that she's not good, but people know her from the Breakfast Club. So when you start talking about what they have done in collaboration with others, you take away from that person as an individual when you're shining the spotlight on that one person. Don't mention the collaboration if you're going to highlight one person. So yes, if they did me or Dawgface separately on the list and mentioned what we do together, it would be a no either way. Even if it was me, it's a no. I ain't biased like that.
Right, got you. So listen, I didn't know who this. Listen, when I saw him, I'm like, who the fuck is this? And I scroll down. Oh, the Jay-Z interview. That's why you're on here, bro. You don't even have the history. What the fuck you got to do with rap?
The Jay-Z interview and the fact that he worked for Complex already. The Complex alumnus has been putting up triple numbers as a GQ as a senior editor for a few years now, but shifted into a whole new gear this year with his Jay-Z cover story, the biggest interview of 2026 thus far.
That Jay-Z interview does not make you a mover and shaker in the hip-hop media space.
Man, you should have been on number 35 if that's the case.
This nigga should be number 50. and this further lets me know that Adam 22, bro, come on. As far as the culture, since we on some culture shit. All right. Number 13, Big Bank. The Atlanta bad boy himself, number 13. That Perspectives with Bank. He's moving the needle. I think that he handles Atlanta rappers with kid gloves.
I agree with that.
I don't think he actually digs into the interviews and gives us anything that we must know. And I think that he was derelict in his responsibility as a podcaster, as an interview podcaster. I think he handled Thug, 21 Savage, with kid gloves. I think that he did that. Bank has, I acknowledge Bank because Bank, he transformed himself from something quite different and turned himself into something. He turned a negative.
I think he should be here, but not at the number he's at. He shouldn't be number 11, but I think he deserves to be here.
Yeah, Bank. And so they're not. They didn't
maybe
even,
number 25, but not number 11.
How could they not? They mentioned Perspectives with Bank, but they didn't mention the fucking Big Facts.
And see, they gave him what he did by himself.
They don't even mention it in his bio. People know Big Bank from Big Facts.
Well, maybe he don't rock with them no more.
I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything. Number 12, Kai Cenat.
Yes.
No
the
problem.
Only streamer I feel should be here because of what we discussed earlier. Kai Cenat definitely
got 7.756 million YouTube subscribers and 20 million Twitch. Kai Cenat is the Twitch streaming god. He is the Joe Rogan of streamers.
That Mafia-thon shit is no joke.
You only need one streamer on here, and that's Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat. That's it.
Anybody else, you're playing games.
No, right.
On the radar is like a one mic. I don't know. They should not be on here, bro.
I don't know them.
On the radar, the little one mic shit, the green shit.
I don't know them.
Hold on.
You didn't got to show them to me. I don't know them.
Oh, Rick Ross, the verse is on tonight, huh?
They do freestyle. Oh, is that where wait a minute, hold on. Is that where what's his name? Max B went and did that Hey, little girl, come get with me.
Yes.
Okay, that's and then we're with me, mom. Okay, I know them. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. I
What
know.
what do they have to do with what do they have to do with hip hop media though? I'm not, now you're insulting us now.
I don't know. I mean, people go there to do their freestyles or whatever, but there's no interviews that go on there. But I mean, I guess because they get the freestyles and get the people to come up there to do it, that's what they get. That's why they on. But if they're gonna be on here, they should not be. They shouldn't be number 11.
No,
that's not a podcast, though.
It's not a podcast. It's not a stream. It is a one mic. It is you walk up to the thing and you rap over the.
Well, I guess the thing that we keep looking over is the fact that it says media. It doesn't say podcast. It says media. But I mean, I think podcasts are different.
Media is media. Print media. Media are journalists. They are podcasters. They're vloggers. They're bloggers. On the Radar is a platform, a one mic music platform. That's not media. That is not media at all.
That is true. I agree.
Right.
Let's get to number 10.
Number 10 is Black Boy Max.
No.
Now, I was told that Black Boy Max is a Twitcher. He's a streamer.
He's a Twitch streamer. He is not hip hop.
For making songs so he's known for making songs on streams, taking viewers inside the recording process. Twitch in the booth. Despite his crossover into music creation, Black Boy Max still has one of the most important platforms in hip-hop media. After dealing with the illness that made him stop streaming for an extended period of time last year, he returned and found a rhythm between rapping and going live. Is he media?
No. He should not
look at
be
this
here.
shit right here. Somebody threw this nigga a bone. How could you get fired from one of the top radio stations in the country and go and make a list at the top 10? You got fired for lack of performance.
But
music podcast rap like
does podcast still, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So he should be here, just not at number 9.
He's at number 9. He should not.
He should be number 30.
Yes, I agree. I don't have anything else to add. You?
No.
Okay. Kirko. Kirko being the quickest to deliver breaking news hip hop on X.
Don't know them. They don't have a YouTube. They have an X and an IG. No, they should not be here.
They hip hop media?
Yeah. Number 1 source for rap news. That's who they are. Kirko. Don't know them. I've never even had them sourced to me from anybody that is on my PI team. They have never even sourced Kirko to me. So I don't even know who they are. Who are you? To be the number 1 source for rap news? We don't know you.
This is a company. This is the New York Times Post or something, LA Times Post. This is something that are using this code name and using their power to boost this shit up. Number 7, Rory and Mal. Rory and Mal left Joe Budden, struck their own deal. I believe they're on the Black Effect. No, Rory and Mal are on the Rory and Mal are on the. They are on the new Rory and Mal, or they're on the.
I haven't seen their podcast, the new Rory and Mal podcast. I haven't seen it.
They are on the Summit. I believe it was the Summit.
Don't know them.
Oh, the Volume. Shout out to the Volume. The Volume, they're the same people who put Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder's show, The Real Report, the Summit, the Volume. The Volume.
They're on Netflix now, is what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Rory and Mal, comedic insightful. They left Joe Budden and rebuilt themselves. They got 300,000 on YouTube, and in the joint collaboration, they have 124,000 followers on IG. I don't mind them because they left Joe Buttons and they struck out on their own and they built a commanding presence on YouTube, like real podcasters do. Media is YouTube now, not digital magazine. Anthony Fantano. Now, the needle drop, being the highest regarded music critic with music reviews that are highly detailed and informed. He has 1.3 million on IG, 900,000 on X, no YouTube presence to speak of.
That's why I don't know him.
Is this a sentence under every review?
His name sounds familiar. His name sounds familiar to me, but I can't say I know him.
Yeah, but given the size of his platform, these opinions rarely stay casual. Artists and super fans take them personally, which is why he is still the defining music critic of our time. Fantano is a full 10 to 20 minutes reviews show wide knowledge on music, breaking down songwriting, sound choices, and more. I know who he is. I've never really enjoyed any of his content, but I know who he is. I know that he's
that's what I'm saying. I know the name, but I don't.
Is it we not knowing who some of these people are make us like we don't know, we're not in the know anymore? Are we old?
No, just they ain't got that presence like that. I mean,
the God.
Okay, I'm gonna say no because they mentioned the Breakfast Club. I'm gonna say no because they mentioned the Brilliant Idiots. So that's two teams that he's a part of. That none of the team is sitting with him. However, Charlemagne could carry on his own, in my opinion. He's controversial, he's outspoken, and he knows what's going on. So that's my take on it.
So does Charlemagne the God have 6.03 million subscribers on YouTube by himself? Or is that the Breakfast Club that has 6.3? Does Charlemagne the God have 6.03 million YouTube subscribers himself?
Hold on. Let's see. Charlemagne. Why don't I have him? Okay, I can't pull him up right now. Did he block me?
He may have blocked your ass. No, that's Breakfast Club.
How you do it?
That's Breakfast Club right here. Here you go.
That's Breakfast Club?
Yes, the Breakfast Club. So that it gives credibility to what you've been saying the whole time.
Well, I'm just saying they shouldn't separate the platforms.
I agree. Shouldn't separate the people on the platforms that have the show is the show as it is structured with the people who are there. Number 4, Jadakiss and Joe and Jada.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here, Henny.
Yes.
No. Joe and Jada.
Yes.
Joe and Jada are more
not at number 4. I could say that, but yes, they deserve to be on this list. They should be like number 10.
They deserve. Number what?
They should be number 10. They should be number 10. Yes. Shout out to Yonkers, Westchester.
I'm getting rid of these niggas.
914. Shout out to the Bronx.
My dog, Vladimir.
Okay, remember he's.
Don't you start that shit, Henny. Vlad gave me an opportunity to be great. He gave me an opportunity to be great. Don't you say a motherfucking thing, I'll fight you. You better not say shit about my dog. Shout out to my man Mafia. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who don't know, 4 days ago I dropped heavy. About 6 or 7 more people. For those of you who don't know, I dropped heavy.
But he was there too with his wife as well. We had a club called Whiskey Mistress in Buckhead on Maple.
You see that right there? Let me see what I got. What my views got. 4 days ago, 250,000 in 4 days. If I can get 250,000 in 4 days, what that tell you, Henny?
Let me tell you something.
The power of Vlad.
Okay, that's cool. The power of Vlad, and you cool with DJ Ack, and they cool with Wack, and Wack don't like me. I saw that. Thank you for the super chat, but we're not talking about that right now. But I seen it. We seen it. We talked about that last night real briefly. I'll share my thoughts on the pour up. Here's the thing. Okay. And I'm not brushing you off. I'm just saying we got to stay on topic. But I will answer that.
Thank you for the super chat as well, too.
Vlad and DJ Academics. Okay. I was covering that Diddy trial. Okay. Academics did not tune into That Girl Henny not one time, but I did show up in his search bar because we all seen it. When he typed in THA, That Girl Henny showed up with the clock. So he knows who I am. He didn't cover me not one time, and that's fine. Vlad had one of the Diddy escorts on his channel, and I cracked it wide open over here on YouTube that escort, that he was a habitual and compulsive serial suer of his ex. And I broke down how he was doing all this felonious and all this salacious stuff to his ex in litigation. Okay. I broke that down. Do you think that was ever asked, brought up, talked about, featured? None of that. They crapped on me. So I feel a way because they should have been like, oh, I had proof. It wasn't just talk. I had proof, and they discriminated against me. And so I'm going to let you have your fun with your dogs. I'm going to just say, yes, Vlad should be on here because Vlad talks to everybody in hip hop.
And he hip hop.
But that's it. He's should be number 5.
He is no. Yes. He's the number 1 interview platform in urban media.
Not according to this list.
What interview?
Not according to this list.
Okay,
number 3 according to this list. So who number 2?
Joe.
No.
Hey,
Joey should not be number 2. No.
Where should he be, Henny, in your estimation?
Number 31.
God damn, that's biased. Because Joe moving and shaking, Henny. Joe Budden helped define urban podcasting.
Thank you, Neem. He said you was in your bag during that Diddy trial. Thank you, Neem.
She was.
Joe Budden. Okay, so he has the Joe Budden podcast, right? But that podcast consists of other people around him.
Nah, but
I would not listen to Joey by himself. Joey will put me to sleep. I'm sorry. He needs the Queen Flips and all of them around him. Shout out to Queen Flips. He needs them around him.
I don't disagree. I think Joe by himself. So Joe Rogan is a puller offer of by himself commentary interview shit.
If anything, I would flip Vlad and Joe. I'm gonna be fair. Vlad and Joe.
Yeah.
Put Vlad at 2 and put Joe at 3. And I'm gonna say that because Joe has put in work. He's been out here doing this over time. We watched him try this podcast. It didn't work. Try this podcast. It didn't work. It's not like he was podcasting and it didn't work, so he left. He kept going till he got the team that he got now. So I'll say he flip him and Vlad and we good.
Okay.
But I couldn't listen to Joe Buttons by himself.
Number 1, the act man himself, the activist himself. My dog, he my nigga if he don't get no bigger. Don't start this shit, Henny. We had that one spot, bro.
Oh, me by myself is a dud. You only here for Dawgface, bitch. Go flip your card somewhere and see if they tell you that I give a fuck, because I don't.
Agree with
No, not them. The Gangsta Astrology 313.
No, hey, gang.
Go flip your cards and see if I give a fuck, because I don't.
Hey, Gangsta Astrology, that's my sister, gang. Now you've been coming on here since day 1. She don't do that, Gangsta Astrology. Come on here and apologize to Henny now.
Nah, let her say what she want to say. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, flip your cards and see if they tell you if I give a fuck. Matter of fact, go read my birth chart and tell me if I give a fuck, because I don't.
Okay, Henny.
Now back to what we was talking about. So you think that academics is over Vlad?
And here's why.
I want to hear why.
I don't think there's an over, but I have an explanation. My explanation is that Vlad is an interview platform. Vlad, he's not. He is media, because he's not necessarily media. He's an interview-based platform. Academics covers all things hip-hop, all things the culture, like a genuine journalist. He talks about it. He breaks it down. He analyzes it himself. So his thing is about him. Vlad thing is about what Vlad created as in total. He created the number one interview space in total. So Vlad is the number one interview space. Academics is the number one podcaster, singular. Academics is by himself. He don't got no co-host.
But I have a problem. Why don't we have a Cam Capone? And the people in the comments are right. No say cheese.
That is a travesty of epic proportion. No say, listen.
No jumper.
No jumper. No.
They didn't even put Poetic Flacco on there.
Hey, listen.
No Seti Nash.
Hey, listen.
No 1090J.
No real life street stars.
No real life. Right. No real life street stars.
That is, as far as interview-based platforms, real life street stars, maybe only second to Vlad when it comes to the variety of different people who they interview. And real life street stars like Say Cheese have made it make stars. There would be no fucking Charleston White had it not been for Say Cheese.
They didn't even put the Danza project on here either.
No
Danza's been putting no Cam Capone. Who else was it that the name just went right out my damn head too.
No Say Cheese.
No Say Cheese.
No jumper.
Someone said Flacco lies too much. Him and
man, Flacco a big dog in the industry, man. No, Flacco.
No M. There it is. No M. Rec.
M. Rec. So we have how many people on this list should not be on? Take all those writers.
Damn near half of the list shouldn't be there.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. I think this list is
hold 1 second. You put Joe and Jada on this list, but you ain't put the Real Report on the list, and they're just as new as Joe and Jada.
Who did?
Joe and Jada? No, the Real Report with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda. That's fairly new, just like Joe and Jada. Why are they not on here?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something about the Real Report with Yayo and
Funky Friday. They didn't put Cam Newton on there.
Cam Newton is a major oversight. Cam Newton is more hip hop than Club Shay Shay.
Yes.
He's not as big as Shay Shay, but he's just as important.
I'm gonna tell you something. This list right here was a big upset. It was a disappointment because you would expect to see some of the major movers and shakers that we all know. Okay, when you start getting down to them top 10, I'm gonna say this on the top 10. It should be people that we all are like, oh yeah, definitely. I know her. Oh yeah, it shouldn't be nobody that we looking like.
Who is that?
I don't know them. Who is that? Your top 10 has to be people that we know. When you get from the top 10, then you go from 10 to 20. Those should be people that we kind of know, we've kind of seen. And then from 20 to 35, it should be people that we may have heard of, may not have heard of. That's where we should have I don't really know them. But it should spark enough curiosity in us to want to know who they are, to get to know them. This list was all over the place. And I don't like it. I didn't like it. I don't approve of this list. I'm sorry. Not that my approval matters to Complex, but I'm just saying. The list was a shit show like the culture of rap right now. Somebody was sipping lean when they did this. Oh, you muted. We can't hear you. What's popping, everybody? It's the Henny Show.
Hey, listen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
On the list, too much New York influence.
You's a damn lie. That is not what mucked up the list. Do not blame that on New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of cities, the Forum ain't on there. You got no Detroit on there.
Hey, listen. Whoever
Who
made
else is out there in Texas that's doing their thing?
Who's the editor of Complex? Let's do some fucking research. Who's the editor of Complex Online? Aria Hughes.
Okay, this was put together by a team of people.
Watch this. I told you New York. Did I tell you where it's New York?
First of all, no, you can't do that. You can't do that because that's not who wrote. No, you can't because that's not who wrote this list.
New York.
That's not who wrote this list, though.
Man, listen. It's solved by this shit right here. It's a shit show because it's more New York bias.
Use a damn lie because at the end of the day, this thing was put together by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
New York.
8 people put that together, and her name is not on that list.
She's in charge of it. She got 600 and fucking. She on LinkedIn. She's her. She's at fault.
That don't say nothing about editor.
She running the show over there. New
York.
York
Don't say nothing about editor. Nah, you said Mark Echo was running the show. You're not gonna put that on New York.
Yes, I am.
You're not gonna put that on New York.
Yes, I am. I definitely am. Yes, I am. Nana boo boo. Yes, I am. I'm gonna put it on.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Nope. You got to go back to the Complex article, go all the way up to the top, and look at who it says it's by, because that thing was put together by a group of people. A group of people. You gonna blame it on one person?
I'm blaming this shit on New York City.
No, you can't do that because we could go right on over there to the Complex and click on each person's name and see who each person is that put this together, and that don't have nothing to do with it. No, don't be mad because New York is buzzing. No, New York has always kept their finger on the pulse. Don't be mad.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. No. Who is he? So here it is. Here, Henny. Watch this. So listen. Right here.
What happened?
It was written by Demas Sanfran.
Click his name. You can click on their names. Right. That's who wrote it. And then you can go back, click the back button, and click on the next name. That was you're not gonna blame that on one person. Nope. That was a whole gang of people that put that together.
I bet they from New York.
I bet you they not.
I bet they from New York. Because New York.
Not gonna blame that on New York. You is not gonna blame that. We are not biased. What are you talking about?
Who is this?
Don't nobody know. We don't know them people.
He's a writer and an editor from Pittsburgh. Has worked with New York Times.
Pittsburgh.
New York Times.
No, he's from Pittsburgh. Don't blah. Nah, he's from Pittsburgh. He's from Pittsburgh.
Demas. He's editor for Complex. He specializes in coverage centered around rap and pop. Blah blah blah. Don't know who the fuck. Well, fuck out of here. Who's this? Hold on. Who's this? Jordan Rose, nigga.
He won't blame everything on.
We don't just 2009. He's a writer for Complex. No motherfucking. Hey, Henny, I'm not finna keep on going through this shit. Henny.
You're not gonna blame that on New York.
So listen, out of the 35 people that made this list, how many of these people would you say you had no clue who they were or what their impact?
Half the list. I don't know half the list.
Henny.
What lawsuit we been ducking? What are you talking about?
Who said lawsuit? What lawsuit that?
Lamar Green, do that research on that lawsuit you and Henny been ducking covering. LOL, this ain't like y'all. What you talking about? What lawsuit?
Researching the lawsuit you and Henny been covering, ducking, covering. Lamar Green, what are you talking about, Lamar Green? I remember you, but I don't know who you are. What are you talking about? What lawsuit? You don't have no lawsuit. What are you talking about? Lamar Green, let me see where you come. Lamar Green.
And I've been over here deep into D4VD territory. Now, why you do that? I wanted to know what he was talking about.
They
said probably the 50 lawsuit. Ain't nobody ducking that lawsuit. I'm covering David. Have you not Listen, I've been digging down a rabbit hole on David, and that takes a couple days for me to come up with my videos. So I'm not ducking nothing. I ain't even covered Tasha K and Cardi B yet. I ain't even really been on live. But just for you, because I know you a free Diddy supporter. And I know what podcast you be over there listening to. I know you trying to get me into some ish and say that I'm being biased. But just for you, when I get to it, I'll get to it. But anyway, how many people on this list did you know? Dawgface.
Hey, Henny.
I just asked you a question. You done zoned all the way out.
What'd you say?
I asked you how many people on the list did you know? He going to look. How many people did y'all know down in the chats? How many people did y'all know? Let them call in so they can tell us what they think about this doggone conspiracy over here.
All right. So people who I knew. 1, 2, Elliot Wilson.
That's true, goddess. I be ducking them naps.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This nigga, that ain't probably on there. 18.
He's really counting, you guys.
19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 25. Out of the 35, 10 I have absolutely no idea who they are.
Well, you did better than me. Out of 35, you just didn't know 10.
I never heard of them at all. Not that I believe should be on the list. I can't be that much out of the loop to where I've never even heard of these people. And when you're saying they push the culture and they help guide and shape and influence the culture from a media standpoint,
right?
No way. Say Cheese, No Jumper, Real Life Street Stars, Cam Capone,
MREC,
I can argue that. On the list, Say Cheese, No Jumper, Real Life Street Stars, Cam Capone. Say the most blaring miscarriages of justice here is Say Cheese.
Say Cheese.
That is the most blaring.
Yeah.
My top 5 oversights: Say Cheese, No Jumper, Real Life Street Stars, Cam Capone. Most blaring. So somebody said Whack 100 should be on the list.
No, he should not be on this list.
What platform does he have? It said his name carries weight.
Someone said Adam and Sean Cotton Deaf should have made the list.
Definitely. No disagreement there.
It's a lot of people that could have and should have made this list. And again, I'm against
made the list.
I'm against the writers. I'm against the separating and division of the platforms. There's a lot of foolery that went on with this list that I just feel like y'all shouldn't be making a list. And I said the Danza Project. I agree with you on all of those, and I have the Danza Project on mine because he definitely sits with the rappers, and he sits and he gets the interviews. He sits and he speaks to the most controversial figures as well. He sat with the Woodies and Charleston Whites, and definitely he should have been on that list.
I don't disagree. I don't have a problem with that at all. Henny, close us out. Close us out.
All right, y'all. So we thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in with us and, going through this complex list. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our platforms. I am official ThatGirlHenny on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram, as well as ThatGirlHenny Reviews on Instagram.
I'm Dawgface.
You big dummy. You